Greetings. It's time for the latest channeling session for the members of Ashtar Command. I am Russell Hatfield, joined by Kara, my higher dimensional twin soul and one of those members. This channeling session was channeled by Mark Crocker in 1993 and is called Mistress of the Hunt and the Big Three. It's an excellent channeling session for the month of April, full of knowledge from a variety of speakers. The highlights include Tia sharing a part of her life with us where she relates about her holographic hunt she creates in order to stay in shape. Kara has a list of supplies needed for a healing that's going to be done on Carrie, and that's it for Side 1. Side 2 has an honored guest in the form of Ashtar, while Korton and Omal make up the Big Three. Lots more is discussed, but that's all we have time for in this introduction. A lot more detailed description is on our homepage at HadesBasedNews.com. We invite you to subscribe to be kept informed of future postings on our YouTube channel from the members of Ashtar Command. And now present our latest entry into the Ashtar Command archives, Mistress of the Hunt and the Big Three.
Hello.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, darling. How you doing? You've had your fill? Well, good.
You got any mice? Mice? Micey?
No, if they had cats who dealt with it.
I see.
Good. My first question's you know all about the thing. Yeah. But first up, I was wondering, do you find that the hunt is fulfilling that vital link to your heritage?
Just keeping my skills warm.
Ah. Now, do you see an increase in your sensitivity to these?
It's just something I like to keep my hand in it.
Nice. So it's kind of just for fun.
But it's also to keep me fit. Keep my reflexes very quick as well.
Calluses get too.
And get calluses. So I didn't actually touch the ground.
So, I take this, PK is something that runs along in your genetic history.
Probably my bloodline, yeah.
So there's a lot of hunters use a bit of PK now and then.
I don't know, I've never looked into it.
But that'd be something to check out, though. I mean, is the PK part of the religious experience?
No. If you manifested PK, you tend to get called unclean.
Because you're cheap.
No, I don't know. I have to look into it.
Run up on your game, trip them up before you got to them.
Yeah.
So that'd be sort of
I suppose it would be
against the
cheating.
rules.
Yeah, it would be cheating. Takes the fun out of it.
Right. So
But it's okay to keep my hands and feet off the ground so I don't get big calluses on my hands. The last time I went on was 6 years ago, 7 years ago. One of the few hunts I did go on.
you calluses.
I don't think I had that much in the way of calluses. I used to put lotion on my hands and feet. Because calluses, they tend to make your hands a little bit stiff. So yeah, if you keep them nice and flexible and everything, put hand cream on, or foot cream, or body cream.
Well, what's the significance of body paints?
The camouflage.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
The colors are more set in with the surroundings you're going to be in?
Yes, to a certain extent, but also they represent each individual person. Like my colours.
Alright. Just tell me a little bit about that both times.
Black, white, and silver. A little bit of tan as well.
What kind of camouflage is that? That's different. Stand out a lot more in tall grass.
But remember that most animals see in black and white.
That's right.
So it's shades of colours. And how they blend together.
Nice.
Well,
Can't wait to see his portrait of you when it gets all done. Anyway, now, one more thing I had was that I thought this primal urge of yours might be opening doors locked away in your genetic code.
No, because there are quite a number of people that don't even bother with the hunt anymore. Yeah, I like sporting things. I like a challenge.
You know, like, even golf.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose you have to go hunting for the ball.
Oh.
Alright, dear. Well, it seems we have lots of stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we should go over real quick the schedule so that I don't get too wrapped up in talk.
Well, we have Kara, we have Alana, we have Omal, we have Korton, maybe somebody else will show up. And Kieran.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for telling me, because it's changed my original questions and answer program I've got set up. Okay. Now, I take it then you were watching me just now when now he was talking about Sufi dancing.
What sort of dancing?
Spiral dancing.
Spiral dancing.
It's where the Sufis or the whirling dervishes.
Ah, dervishes, yeah.
Right. It's been around 33 times, let's say. At that point, it goes into automatic to get out of your body. I haven't quite heard of that one before. But I assume because of...
Well, the reason it happens is because by spinning, you get all dizzy, right?
Right. Disoriented.
And it's one way of getting out of your body. But it's not a very effective one.
Because it's temporary.
Exactly. And as soon as you stop spinning, or you run out of energy, or you get so disorientated you collapse, BAM! Back you are.
That's true.
I've never tried it myself, so I can't say.
But if you're supposed to be scaring the game toward the high priestesses, and the animals get to the high priestess, is that when you're able to get on them because they suddenly see the high priestesses, they stop, and you're on the backs of their
They're
flanks?
right behind them.
So they're trapped between you and them.
And if you're clever, what you're supposed to do is you have somebody here, people here, girls there and there, so that they can't turn, you see. You hand them towards them.
Flanked on either side, and then
That's right.
Sorry to hear about that one high priest or priestess,
That happens.
but it's only in a hologram.
Yeah.
So you program that.
No.
It's a random.
Yeah, it's random factor.
Get random factors out of this too. So you might not have caught anything though because of the random facts.
That's right. But the purpose of the high priestess is to see where the animals are.
No, she's after projecting.
Farsight.
Scanning. Right, to see where the animals are.
Yeah.
Now doesn't the Mistress of the Hunt do something like that also?
A little bit. She sees about how far away the game is from the priestesses and everything.
Right. So how is it that you're able to push the animals and yet farsight out to where they are?
Practice.
But that means you're trying to do two things at once. So that means it's like Mark when he does his far scanning. I can monitor, I can ask him questions.
It's not fast sight, don't get out of the body, it's more like fast scanning.
Yeah. Now, are you seeing the animals themselves or just the energy pattern trying?
I see the auras.
Auras, right. This is a whole side of you I rarely see. It's very nice.
But think yourself lucky.
I think Mark's the post-hunt syndrome.
Yeah. All hyped up.
Okay.
Went again this morning.
Yes, I heard about that.
Went all by myself.
Now, how'd that one work out?
Oh, it's fine. Fine.
Did you do it the same as last time you Mistress hunt again?
Yeah.
Nobody got gored, I think.
Nah. They got away from us.
How'd they get away?
Oh,
I
well,
thought your Mistress the Hunt.
it happens.
No, it can't happen.
Well, when the herd splits, you have to make a decision, you see.
You got them on the left and the right flank. Got them behind, you got them in front. Where are they going to go?
When they split, when you're quite far away, You've got about half a mile to go. There's still room for them to split off, you see. And the herd's split now to make a snap decision whether or not to go with the smaller group or the bigger group. Now to think about the girls out the flank that might get trampled. And I lost concentration briefly, and that was it. They got away.
Now, is that because they saw the priests?
And that's because I lost my concentration. The heads sometimes split.
Yeah, you're not in control of the herd.
No. It happens.
Right. So they just split automatically. They didn't have to see the priests.
No.
They just automatically
Yeah.
split.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because the herd's being led by someone that would know a bit more about past hunts than you would?
Experience, you mean?
Right.
Sometimes, yeah, that happens, but don't forget, animals aren't that smart.
Animals have a lot of hereditary built up that.
Oh, instinct, yeah. But
Sure, sense of survival is going to bring out the intelligence of animals that might have been locked in otherwise. And you doing a hunting of it would bring out that.
yeah, but they
extra.
don't reason like we do. They don't think the same way we do. They don't plan.
It's the fear factor.
But it happens sometimes that you don't catch anything. It's like when you do your fishing.
Yeah. Or you can do it sometimes you don't.
That's right.
But see, this would be kind of interesting is that, if you could far sense to the fish, see where the fish are.
But would you?
Yeah.
But that'd take the fun away.
Oh, well, because the fish isn't going to naturally take you away.
It's all part of the game. And part of the sport.
Now, this hunting anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar, actually, to how your species evolved.
Yeah.
Because as I remember, Mark says this took place some 300 years before you were born.
Mhm.
That program, yeah.
I wanted a real tough life. I wanted it to be a little bit of study, do a little bit of my history.
Oh, so this is sort of a history lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Now, how were you able to research how the hunts happened 300 years before your past?
Well, history that I was taught when I was knee-high to a very small thingy. What else? Ooh, records. Punching into the computer.
Are your records available from your parents?
Well, not extensive, but enough to get by. Basic history stuff, you know?
Legend stuff, isn't it?
No, most of the legends they got from me.
Okay, well, enough on hunting for now. Okay, questions on astral projection.
Okay.
Okay. Now, these are very important questions. That will affect other questions later on with other people. Now, first off, in your experience, is it possible to astral project somewhere and participate in a metaconcert? Lend energy, let's say, work in the secondary, work in the primary.
It's more the opposite way around. That you can send energy from where you are to the executive or the conductor, and the energy is drawn from there. You kind of get grouped together, right?
Right.
You send the energy to the conductor, and then from the conductor to the executive. Is that right? Yeah.
Okay, so in other words, let's say you have them 2 metaconcerts working. One metaconcert is sending energy long distance to another metaconcert. Or you could get a group of metaconcerts going, all sending it to one very powerful metaconcert that's doing all the focusing. So basically, the person working the executive and the conductor of the one sending the energy is basically all they're doing is focusing on the conductor of the other metaconcert, who is then channeling that energy into their executive.
That's right.
So now the conductor of the main metaconcert is going to have to be someone with some pretty powerful wattage.
Yeah. So it's pretty damn good.
Because they have to be able to pull in this energy
Mhm.
as it's coming in.
That's right, that's deliver in to the group.
But now that conductor has to know the abilities of the group or groups that is similar to them.
That's right.
Therefore, they
Or
have
be
to.
more powerful than the conductor of the other groups.
Right. So they'd have to have somewhat of an intimate working knowledge of those other groups.
Mm-hmm.
Now they could gain that either, let's say it's from a long distance, from far sight, and
That's right.
worry about them, or travel in person in each different branch.
That's right. Well, we're just conductors. Just sitting on a metaconstant maybe.
So in other words, all he has to do possibly is just know the conductor.
That's right.
And
Mhm.
because the conductor knows the individual people of his group.
And the executive.
That's the executive too.
Mm-hmm. Well, not necessarily, because good conductors should know how much energy the executive can take before it flows to his brains.
So basically, that conductor should be able to project how much energy that other conductor is going to receive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. But now, could the energy that the conductor is using be focused on a point far away? On a person, let's say.
I don't know. Tell you what, ask somebody that knows. Yeah, me. I'm on the phone with. I'm not in the phone with someone. On secondary. With ferocious tail.
Okay. Can we astral project underwater?
Yeah, but it's a lot harder. Lot harder.
On Tuesday, I'm going to be practicing on his pulling me through.
Mm-hmm.
Now how is this going to be different from what I've been doing?
I don't know.
By pulling through though,
All you have to do is be really relaxed.
okay, I can do that.
Mhm. Be relaxed and go through your process and everything.
I can do that.
Okay.
Mr. Relaxation.
Ooh, coolness. Yeah.
Alright, my dear. Mistress of the hunt, mistress of the obsession, mistress of the world, world's universe, the light.
Well, I've been promoted, have I?
Let's have a promotion after this one. Alright, love.
Okay.
Catch up.
Greetings, Russ.
Alright.
I was watching the monitors and they were going,
What? So,
mm-hmm.
her acrobatics?
Yeah.
I can imagine. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing, my sweetest love?
Oh,
How's your back?
a lot better, thanks. Really appreciated that.
Soon I'll be able to do it a lot better.
Mm-hmm. You will. What's Korton say? Do not.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, do your backup as much as possible.
What's the wait see?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I could wear something, I think they make these things, guys, now, where you put it on, it simulates the weight and the pregnancy. Certain months.
Mm-hmm.
And you add to it as the months come on. That you can understand what the female's going through.
What I'm going to do.
So I just imagine.
Don't inflict it on you.
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I even without it, I can understand what you're going through.
Okay. Now then, on to business.
You got a lot of it. Too.
Okay, first of all, will she be here on the next session?
At this point, I have to track it down. I was hoping she'd call me on her own.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said she was going to, but she's not going to. I'm going to have to call her.
Okay. You need to know. Okay. Now, what we need to do is get some blue and green light bulbs.
I've got the green.
Mm-hmm. Something that we can attach in here. Right?
Right, I can do that with electrical tape.
Okay. Now, Kiri and myself are going to work together on this. Okay? Fortunately, we've still got the same old setup from the last meta concert session. And we're going to work together, rig up a meta concert, and we will work together.
No, we're going to do this the same way we did Mark's me, the leader in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys will look like the way tall Kiri.
Yeah. Kiri's going to do the work's high coercive energy. She's going to manipulate the body, get the eyes open so that I can get a clearer view instead of hand-eye coordination.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of me looking down from there, there,
Right.
and going, okay, now that hand has to go to there, back a little bit to there.
Kind of like using virtual reality.
Yeah. But, yeah.
This will give you more hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
My role here?
Your role will be to help manipulate things, supply energy, to bring in necessary influences, to act as DJ. Is that correct?
DJ?
Yeah.
Disc jockey?
Mm-hmm. Music-wise.
Oh, nice.
Now we need some nice, mellow, soothing music. We might want to ask here, because I think your classical might be the thing to go with. We also need to just cut down the light so it's just that light.
This one in front of us?
The one that would be up.
Oh, just up there. Yeah, just turn the switch on.
Also what we need is the crystals charged and warm. Both the energy crystal and the helium crystal. We need tea, preferably green tea. We need some elixirs.
Okay, I've got
What do you got?
I got crystals. Quartz. I've got green tourmaline and coral. I'm not sure if I have any amethyst left.
Yeah, amethyst would be useful. Tourmaline, yes. Okay. Right, what else will we need? We will need warm water. Mm-hmm. 2 towels. One hot. Clean and hot. Heat it up something. And another one for me to dry my hands. Mm-hmm. But the water's got to be warm enough for me to put my hands in. Not so I go. If I do, I'll set Kiri on.
It's the warm water in a bowl to
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else do I need? That's about it, I think.
Okay. You said supply influence.
Happy, positive, healing influences. Mm-hmm.
Anything else that comes up, just kidding.
Of course. I've called myself for work. Kiri gave Mark a call to tell you. Oh, and a sprig of rosemary.
Sprig of rosemary?
Mm-hmm.
Take this for the one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, I've got a crystal cleaning device.
Mm-hmm.
That,
Oh, good. Good.
go ahead and clean off the healing in the scalpel.
Yeah, the scalpel definitely. And the healing definitely. Definitely big time. We want it clean, unused until that point. And we will power it up.
Do you want me to power them up? Warm them up?
It'd be best if I warmed them up. Because it'd be my energy. well, it'd be Mark's energy, my energy, and Kiri's energy, and if we get my metaconcert going, it'd be the energy up there, but it'd be flowing through me.
And I'll leave the crystals like rinse off the bag.
Okay. Yeah, what music? Hold on, I'll ask. I've tried to ask. No. She says some energizing music. Hungarian Rhapsody. Mm-hmm. What else? No. She keeps on saying fog.
There are parts of Bond that doesn't know about, like what you playing for me is. That's good. That's what she needs, or she needs ring cycle.
She's kind of confused. She's saying that for energy, something Valkyrie?
Right, well, ba-ba-da-bum, and ba-da-bum, bum. That's kind of scary.
She says she's going to tell Mark which fence. I think. Hold on a sec. Die Freuden der Schande? Mm-hmm.
That's what we're listening to. So, those can figure it out.
Okay. Yes, she likes that music, doesn't she?
Well, I'm kind of catching on to it.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, darling. Oh, question on the crystal skull.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading about Atlantean, the major crystal in Atlantis, being four-sided. And looking at this crystal, I see there's only four sides of the main skull part of this.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidence?
Could be.
Yeah, it's very good. Good, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That's why it's a natural healing crystal. A natural scalp crystal, because it's, focus the linear lines much tighter.
It's four-sided.
Mm-hmm.
What's the benefits of a four-sided crystal?
It focuses it easily.
Instead of six.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's less sides.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know how this came into my hands, but it sure is.
Very useful tool.
Switch to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, excellent. Got a question here. What is mental separation and feeling of long distance? Oh, I get it. When I was doing you back to the night,
Mm-hmm.
there was a mental state I was in. I've been in before.
Yeah.
Which I find very beneficial for working up there, but it's very almost distracting with the fact that I feel like I'm a million miles away from you and I'm working on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how can that happen? It's been happening to me since I'm like a child. And you were the best because you seem to monitor that really well.
It happens because of the desire, the feeling of wanting to be free, but yet there's also that tendency that you're confused that you don't want to be free.
It's like it's like all I've got to do is just say the word and I'll be there where my mind is. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't get that word.
Mm-hmm. Remember the last time that happened majorly? It was very close to making that total jump just over 6 months ago.
Oh. True.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah. To both of us.
It's too bad it's only so short a time.
It was long enough. Long enough to do the job. Oh, thank you. I feel a little bit like a man that lives in the water a lot. Permanently.
Oh?
No, bigger. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Okay. Recombinant DNA mixing. This is all theoretical question.
Okay.
Okay. And this will help out for working with Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question is, can you do any changes in the DNA strand on live people in the second? So nothing that would eliminate future hereditary faults.
No. You can only deal with them when they crop up, because you don't know what they are.
I see. So with her cancer and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
could you take a strand of her DNA, work on it, and then reinsert it?
Mm-hmm.
And that would hopefully work on her genetic offspring, but not herself.
But it would cure the problem. You take the genetic piece out, you find the chromosome that's causing the problem, right?
Right.
You change it so that it is normal. You reinsert it, right?
Right.
And it starts all the other ones of that particular chromosome. A chain reaction.
Oh, so it would work like the cancer, only in reverse.
Exactly. It replaces cancer cells.
Oh, but the way we could do that is if we got her up on Hayden's base.
Therapeutic for complete overhaul.
You guys have the science to do that.
Yeah.
Well, we have that down here.
It's very primitive and unreliable.
It's not to a point where it will be in the future.
No. I think your administration would do away with that kind of thing. It's part of their health plan. Only necessary medical coverage. Experimental stuff, where the failure rate is over 50%, wouldn't be covered.
I guess to do research on anything.
No.
Oh?
No. What's the point? It's wasting money.
Yeah, but the future of it is so promising.
It's a waste of money at the moment. Anyway, politics isn't my thing.
Okay. Now, here's a question for you related to the other one. Is the cancer in the cancer cell a time bomb, or is that a learning tool? Both.
It's a little bit of both, actually. It's a time bomb because it can sit in your body dormant for a long, long time and may never even go off. Or it will go off so quickly and so nastily that everything's over within the space of a year. But in that time, you've got to learn to overcome fear. You've got to understand that each day is a precious jewel. You've got to learn that nothing is forever.
You do sometimes miss out on those lessons.
But let's change the subject because I don't want to be depressed.
Sure. Alright. Now when you're working with a cancer cell, with a laser scalp, are you looking to reverse or destroy the problem?
To destroy it.
Or to destroy it?
Oh,
I see. Now, can the affected area be circled so it won't spread?
No.
I see. Is the spreading a problem with cancer, though? They go to different parts of your body, carrying the bloodstream?
Exactly.
So you stop at some place, it might crop up somewhere else.
That's right, because it's already in there. Little spores have already been shunted to, let's say, it's in the chest here. Right? You circle it, remove it, right? It may already be in the arm, or in the other chest, or in the leg. Or...
It hasn't shown up here.
That's right.
Okay, this is really some weird stuff.
Well, cancer is a very strange aspect of things.
Okay. Now if you destroy it, how is the process accomplished with the laser scalp?
You hunt down and zap each area.
So you like irradiate it like you do radiation?
Yeah.
And you do it with a laser scalpel.
It's much more controlled and focused on that particular point.
Now the energy we're using is not radiation.
No.
But yet it accomplishes the same thing.
Almost. It doesn't do as much damage to the physical structure.
Oh, I see. So it's a much better way than radiation.
Yeah. Because with radiation therapy, it goes through the whole entire body. Your hair falls out, your arms drop off, your teeth fall out.
So side effects are worse than the therapy itself. Now, with this being such a better benefit in our future, we could look at using crystal scalpels instead of radiation therapy in the future.
But we still have the same problem is that you zap one area and it could already be somewhere else but not noticeable yet.
Yeah, but if you have the crystal scalpels, then you don't have to worry about it, 'cause when it pops up, you can zap them there.
True, but the thing is that if it crops up in 3 or 4 different places at a time,
Just work on those 3 places at the same time.
mm,
You should be able to cure the whole body by just.
it doesn't quite work like that. Because of the energy and the damage that is done to the tissue area where you zap. There is some damage, but not that much. And it takes quite a bit of time to heal it.
Yes.
Because not only do you kill the cancer cells, but you kill the damaged area as well, which has to re-heal itself.
Oh, I see. That could take up to 7 years. Oh, I thought this was like a miracle.
There are no miracles with cancer, unfortunately. I mean, if we could get Kerry up here, we could research up, hunt down all the cancer, kill it, and then put her into a regeneration process, and bring her out. How old does she want to be? 16?
Plus,
But
she's
then that
20 now.
would defeat the learning process for her.
Right, so I best not mention it and build her hopes up.
No.
But
There isn't that much we can do from up here to down there. We can mainly alleviate the suffering and hopefully get a mental attitude that she can fight it, which will not cure her but will prolong her.
okay, so when I go ahead and explain the fact that, even if she's not going to be around with us that much longer, the lessons she learns from this are going to be helping her into her next life.
Don't bring the dying part into it.
Just try to learn the lessons each day.
I mean, she's smart enough that she will realise that, death is the end result. After all, everybody dies. Well, almost everybody.
Well, yeah, but then again, it's only a short little sleep. Okay, my pregnant one. I'm so happy. Yeah, the kids looked really great the other day. I saw them. Very intelligent. Very alert.
Okay.
Good. Colin good?
Twin Dutchman.
Right.
Come
Well. Okay, I'll let you work with Mark on various musical tastes. And, you guys have more knowledge of what to put on.
Trying my best.
That's always the best you can.
Okay,
That's all I got for now. See you in a few, girl.
Yo, dude, what's happening?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Totally red and gnarly.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't broken anything besides the laws of nature lately. I had a couple questions. Back to show this stuff.
Okay.
This is one I was going to ask before, but never got to. Get off, do something else. But coercion techniques on other races. any differences between humans and other races?
Yeah, there is a little bit.
I was working with Arcturians.
Mm-hmm.
Suggestions for working with Arcturians and coercion?
Don't try it. You're not ready yet.
Okay.
Don't even think about coercing them when you're around them.
I'll say that to professionals.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know they were being coerced.
That's right.
Experience.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. You mean you've got more than one?
Well, I've got. You're right. All right. Okay, darling. Your role that you're going to take in carries.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're going to be working on the brain to allow it to open these areas to be worked on.
That's right.
So it's strictly the brain work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have a line down on here. We want it flat. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'll get up and sit over there or there, and then I shall let Kara in. We'll have to have the visual effect handy.
Well,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
anything like tea or anything on the forehead, soothe, and
Yeah, teeth for Kara with milk. And you might do a glass of milk on the side for her. Well, to help soothe her, she drinks the tea, right? And then drink the milk. Or drink the milk and then the tea. Mm-hmm. That's right. Smarter than your average Syrian, as Kara would say.
Hey, question for you. I was reading the other day on astronomy on Sirius,
Mm-hmm.
where you got Sirius A and Sirius B as a binary star.
Mm-hmm.
But now they've been seeing Sirius C, D, and E.
You're saying it's a cluster?
Yeah.
I don't remember it being a cluster when I grew up.
Well, that's what I was saying. I got there, I only saw 2 stars, but there was a big cloud too
Mm-hmm.
that had traveled through. That's what we're talking about.
Could be. Could be that they're seeing reflections from the binary system through the clouds.
I mean, it's like it looks like there's a little
Mhm.
reflection. So like
Yeah.
a mirage.
Mm-hmm. How's the telescope that needs spectacles?
Oh, the Hubble.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's about to get worked on.
Anybody been jumping up and down on it recently? Technical glitches. Yeah, I know Mark too well.
Oh, my dear, how's your skiing doing? So, well,
Okay.
you hopefully getting up there in a more physical sense to go up there and
I'll race you.
shred you up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, with the trees.
Okay.
Stuck dead in the water. I'm like, we're fun through them. Good.
I've got 30 years of experience, you know.
Well, I've got 5 years of tree skiing experience behind me.
Yeah, but I do everything.
You don't do tree skiing.
You never asked me to.
Well, Mark never said you did.
But he's never asked me to either.
So when do you practice?
On my spare time.
Yeah, this could be fun.
Mm-hmm. But
Mark
unfortunately, I
does.
don't get enough of it. Besides, yeah, I like the speed better than the trees.
Okay, dude, that's all I got. And I got half a tape. I got
Less
three
than
people
half a
to
tape.
go.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Catch you up this soon. Thank you for your help.
Well, I've got about a week of free time to ski
Okay.
after work.
So if you see up there, let's see something.
I know.
Yeah.
Yo. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm going to hand over to the next person. And you will.
Greetings and felicitations. I believe since we last talked, you are a cadet officer,
Yes.
are you not?
I am at that. And working for promotion in the future.
And diplomatic skills as well.
It's ambassador stars.
Yes. For your species.
Okay.
So, you wish to know what will be happening, what plans we have for you. Okay, I will answer those by answering your questions.
Okay. Now, I've noticed that throughout history, astral projection has been the basis for much of our fiction and movies. I'm wondering what our future is going to hold for that.
Fiction and truth are often intertwined. Myths and legends are also part of your history. So therefore, by looking at astral travel in your past, your popular entertainment, you can deduce that the mind is being more opened of your racial species. So therefore, the advancement of more astral travel by more people is obvious that it will happen.
Now, will this become like an astral community then?
Eventually.
So in that case, my work as an ambassador could take on more meetings later on, where it could be applied in that sense.
Yes.
Excellent. Um, Other parts that I'm interested in are the future of this conjunction coming up in January, where the planets will be lining up. Every 170 years this happens, and this will be the next time in that 170-year cycle. And wondering what effects that'll have on our planet.
Which planets will be aligning?
The inner planets will line up on one line, the outer planets will line up on another line.
Yes.
And I figure this is going to have something to do with our development down here.
The gravitational effect will be interesting to watch. As for the development down there, it is just something that coincides with your natural evolution. But the pull of the gravitational fields will be felt. As for the fact that every 170 years, this is inaccurate. It occurs from between 300 to 500 years. And once approximately every 3,000 years, you will have a conjunction of the major planets.
I see. So this won't be bad.
No. Your next major conjunction is due in approximately 1,000 years.
Now, the magnetic pull on the bodies, does that have an effect on our psychic perceptions?
Yes. But not to that greater level that you are suggesting.
Right.
For some who are more sensitive, it will be more noticeable.
So, would there be like a primitive metaconcert affected through this conjunction?
No. Not unless one is constructed.
That's not like.
Now, I have time for one more question.
Okay. On the lunar eclipse coming up tomorrow or this evening,
Yes.
is there anything that'll happen on a psychic level with humans here now?
Only if you wish it to be so. and then only for you or those that are with you.
Okay. In that case, I'll try to take it to my most advantage I can. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. And I will try to be here for this healing session, but due to my busy schedule, I may not be.
For your attention to it. Hello, bro.
Yeah, right. Next person.
Okay.
Greetings, Russ. Omal. I think not.
I give up.
Korton.
Well, what are you talking such a light, airy voice?
Well, sometimes it happens after, how you would say, a master has been.
Yeah, I suppose you would seem pretty light after something like that.
Yes, it just dawned on you, didn't it?
No, I had a feeling when she said, "Be warned."
Yes, she wasn't meant to say that.
She doesn't say that when you come in.
No, not very often.
No, so I had a feeling who that was. So luckily, I had a few questions lined up that were significant to what's going on. But it does give us hope, though.
Yes. Okay, let us proceed.
Okay. Now then, I was asking him about astral projection and fictions and negative stuff, but I also wanted to clear up a little bit more on that if I could.
Okay.
That I couldn't get into it within, and that was notice that either uncontrolled or controlled are the glimpses into others' existences and worlds, therefore our growth.
Yes.
So we're learning from these lessons that we get from these popular entertainments and stuff.
Of course, yes, it is the way that it happens. There are little bits of information sprinkled throughout your popular entertainment. People will have an idea and they will write the story and they will bring in astral travel. And they may spend 20 minutes on it, and one sentence or one word would be a key.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But it isn't through every item that you see on travel.
But a lot of it does clue us in.
Yes, bit by bit.
Okay. Now, this is going to sound a little bit weird, but it's going to lead up to something. Why did the black arm of the occult, which tries to bridge a gap to the dark dimensions, it's a power available to them. It seems like it's just an illusion of their inner fears, but is this also a manifestation?
Yes, it is more of a manifestation of the dark side of the human psyche.
Oh, I see.
By reaching into fear, hatred, and all the dark side of your nature, you can draw incredible power.
Right, okay. Now, Aleister Crowley was an established black artist, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
He taught that astral projection is through a doorway with a symbol on it. And then one person who was practicing the same thing saw a whole nother level of existence.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they can reach out and summon forces to say kill or hurt, why not use the reverse of that and reach out and use that same energy of a higher vibration to heal? For example, with Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How is it done?
Well, the doorway is a doorway into the mind.
Right.
And what you're looking at is the various energies, the dark energy or the light energy. Now, depending on the strength of the individual depends on how much you can draw upon. However, the dark side is much more potent much stronger at first. But once you master the light side, then it is much more powerful than the dark side. And you can achieve a much wider spectrum of activities.
Just because the dark part is easier to learn because it's drawing upon our fears and hatred, which
Exactly.
are much more prevalent.
Exactly.
I see. So to try to generate that love and everything, to get into the light side, you have to first love yourself and others.
Yes.
Which is very
Well,
difficult.
how can you love others without loving yourself?
Because you're a complete martyr.
That is part of the dark side. First of all, you have to love yourself to love others.
Well, I've heard you could also do it the other way around if you want to. Love others without loving yourself.
Well, there is, to quote one of your famous playwrights, there is no such vilest sin as self-neglect. Because if you do not love yourself, you do not take care of yourself. So how can you love others?
Good point. Well, luckily we're working on the lighter side now
Of course.
to do that part. But would people that are working on that dark side have got a chance then to switch over into the
Yes,
light?
there is always that chance.
Okay, so it's because they've been on that dark side and they found it easier. They accomplished that and made their work with it. Then would it be easier then to go into the light side so they have that experience?
No, you have to come back out of the dark. However, the dark side can be used briefly for good.
Can?
Yes,
Because the power involved?
yes. But
No, I'm not thinking of.
do not try it until you are experienced with the light side. Because if you blend the two, you can achieve some quite incredible things. But you have to be strong in the light side before you can play with the dark side. You have to be incredibly strong.
Eyes. So this is where we went wrong in our past.
Yes, you dabbled with both, assuming that you had the strength.
And we didn't.
That is
And
correct.
we got taken over by the dark side, which probably has more power if it's allowed to run rampant.
For a short period of time, because it feeds on itself in the end.
Right. And it's self-destruct.
Basically, yes.
But this is a learning experience.
Exactly.
And without that, you wouldn't find the light side. Or if you did, it'd take longer.
Right. Okay, let us proceed.
All right. Now, this is a theory that you might be able to help me with better than anybody else at this point. This is working on the ships, the spaceships.
Okay.
And what I'm doing on up there right now is the other day is we're working on repairs
Mm-hmm.
and being able to create those parts that we need to make a repair on.
Mm-hmm.
The part we were working on was a complement that linked both the superconductor side of the power plant to the heating part, the lasers and the crystals part. I believe that's what it was.
Yes.
Now, in our ship, where the super hot energy is mixing with the super cold,
Mm-hmm.
is power accomplished from travel by creating an anti-gravity field from that then?
Yes, that is where the energy is supplied. By the difference in heat causes the energy.
Nice. Well, that made sense then when I was looking at this. At first I was going, but then I thought about it. Oh, of course. Now, if you super cooled magnets
Mm-hmm.
and then you heated them at the same time, then that is what's producing that field.
Yes.
Let me see. Okay. Now, what I took I thought about this and I came up with the fact that you must we must then have batteries stored around the ship that stores away the excess energy, which you use from the previous flight would be enough to kick off the lasers and produce electricity for the superconductor.
Yes, an emergency power.
Right. Nice. Okay. Well, I figured there must be batteries in that ship.
Well, in actual fact, most of the ship is a battery. The energy is stored within the frameway.
That's what it is. I haven't seen the frame to know that is what's going on.
Correct.
Well, thank you. That clears up a lot.
Okay. More questions, or
That's it for now. I'm going to save the rest for Omal.
just as well?
Okay.
Okay. Have an enjoyable evening, Russ.
Thank you.
And I shall hand directly straight over to Omal. Save on tape space. Greetings, Russ, and how are we functioning?
Well, I'm doing wonderful.
That is good.
Interesting day so far.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I like that stuff. Okay, question is on pyramids and the DNA structure. Okay. Looking at some research I'm doing, I'm noticing that the DNA molecule is held together by hydrogen molecules, which in turn form the Star of David, which relates to pyramids because it's basically a pair of pyramids interconnected. Okay. Now, this relates to pyramid focusing. But what?
Through manipulation.
Because you can manipulate those pyramids to do what you want?
Correct. Well, in actual fact, it is a flattened pyramid.
Oh, so it's one-dimensional.
Yes, two-dimensional.
Two-dimensional.
It is a pyramid that is pushed down. If you push a pyramid down,
Right.
They cross over,
Right.
forming the Star of David.
Oh, I see. Okay. And the whole universe is made up of these.
To a certain extent, yes.
I mean, radio waves and other waves travel in that same form.
Not in stars, they travel in zigzags, which are part of the pyramid.
Right. So that's why everything is so interconnected.
Without the base.
What you supply the base then?
Where if you supply the base, it seals it in.
Right.
But the zigzag has no base on it.
So when we're working with energy, are we setting that base then?
Yes.
I see.
Keeping it within confines.
Alright, so when I'm drawing energy into myself to say go solid,
Mm-hmm.
I'm supplying the base of the energy, which is free floating.
Yes, but it is basically irrelevant that you need to know this.
Alright. Too tough to try to imagine.
Correct.
I wouldn't want to even think about mental battles like that you're trying to do that. Okay. Oh, I made that crystal basket.
Oh, good. Good.
Did you want to check it out? Just take my word for it. Though.
We will take your word for it.
Okay.
Just make sure that it is not touching at any point whatsoever.
It's not touching any point, and all the ends are all electrical taped.
Okay. To the very tips of the ends?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And the bottom, the where the wires all cross, I've got electrical tape binding them all together into one big knot.
As long as they all connect.
Yes.
That is...
They all connect within that electrical tape.
Okay, good.
Okay, but so I keep the crystals off the electrical tape though?
Yes.
Okay. Just now the big ones are going to have to sit. One I built that basket for it goes on top of it. Touch them.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter anyway.
For the full effect, it has to be submerged.
Right. Okay, I know that part. All right. Now, will thoughts of cleaning them out but not clearing them help? While it's in the water?
Well, you've
Because
got
it's going to be immersed in salt water.
Yeah. Well, once it's met in salt water, it has been deprived of all incoming information. That is why it is necessary to make sure that the ends are sealed.
Oh, I see. So, in other words,
you could think of having an extremely pleasurable time with Kara whilst it's submerged.
There's nothing going to happen anyway.
No.
It's
Correct. It has to be totally 100% submerged.
well, big crystals, I can't do that. I'll have to do half and half.
I'm sure there is a necessary way that we can come up with the necessary solution.
There's no way that bowl and that basket will get that under the water. Unless I put it in the bathtub. If I filled the bathtub up
Mm-hmm.
and poured the salt in, and then I put the bowl and the basket inside the bathtub,
You could try that way.
there would be water that would cover the whole crystal,
Mhm.
and the crystal be out of the bowl, but still be covered by the water, but it wouldn't be touching the bowl, the tub, or anything else. Just the
Okay.
copper.
Try it that way.
That'll work. Barely. It'll work though. Okay. Now, there's not much sun going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so to charge the crystal, should I put them into the pyramid?
Yes.
Okay. How long do you suggest I should try that to charge them up?
About 12 to 24 hours beforehand.
So I've got enough time. Keep it in for 24 hours in the salt, and then 24 hours in the pyramid. It's just
24 hours would be perfect.
Okay, for both. And that'll,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not 48 altogether.
Yes.
So that gave me enough time between now and Tuesday to get this healing. So,
Correct.
okay. That's all I got for now. Everybody else got money, good questions.
Okay.
So I think I got a bunch for now.
Yes, well, she is waiting very patiently.
Okay. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
You're welcome. Oh, goodbye.
Okay. I have a patient one. How you doing, love? Okay, good. We have dolphin questions. What kind of dolphin questions? And I'll have a lot more in the future too. Now then, this research I'm doing on dolphins now, I'm learning that dolphins receive and give love. Now, do dolphins astral project?
Because they do.
They're drained? Okay. They can't like get up onto a little shelf or something where they're half in water and half out. Will they ever try that? Does it work? Is that some of your work you're doing with them now? Good. Because I'd like to be able to meet them on the astral plane too if possible. Now, do dolphins transmit light waves? Thought forming? Okay. Now, I noticed that space and water are best for transmitting through. And that's the same with what we're talking about now. You can transfer from water to space back to water. There's not much difference between the two. Now, water being in a better medium for communication, survivors of Atlantis would have included dolphins. You would have decided that due to a choice of evolution. Stay there and work on human form here because they have that ability to communicate. Dimensional travel then is accessed possibly then through pressures in the various depths due to the fact that it's so similar to space. Well, I'm thinking when I'm down underneath the water and I'm like submerged, it's real similar to being in space. There's a lack of gravity. Also, I asked Tia about farsighting underwater. And one of the reasons is so I can farsight to here on this planet and talk with possibly some dolphins down here on this level. But since they talk telepathic, is it the same for our dolphins down here? So if I'm here in the astral form, talking telepathically, would they think they'd be able to understand it? Good. So at first it'd be more like sign language? That's right. Pictures would be like mental sign language. So I can practice with the dolphins up there first.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate your work. She's pretty smart, ain't she?
But she's learning. She's learning.
Right. And high praise for you, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Is this something snowy? One of your cats is asleep. Two of your cats are asleep. I got a little bit wet from Marvel just now.
What?
You warned.
Oh, for tipping me off?
Mhm.
Well, I thank you for it. Now I could approach the questions in a much more serious way than I would.
No, I tried to warn you things like that so that you don't make a fool of yourself.
Well, yeah, because I would have thought it was Korton again. I would have been.
Get into
Disgusting.
theological discussions.
Yeah, right. I think
Mhm.
that would have taken up more time than we had.
Exactly. So I warned you. I warned you.
Thank you. Very actually perfect timing.
Sorry, technicians are whacking up things.
What'd you do this time? Jumped up the energy levels again?
Yeah. Just one. Why are we having needles? Needles on the dials up here.
Oh, instead of the ones that Cornas keeps giving to Mark.
Yeah. Well, it's we have a little box. It has a line across it. Has various colours, and it gets to the last bit. It's red. They're in the red.
Oh, God, you're too funny. Such the lioness. How's the head?
Didn't feel a thing.
Ah,
Okay. I suppose I better help out in this healing process as well.
sure, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I was going to ask you, what do you want me to do?
Well, they said there was going to be like a meta concert to work this out.
Okay, I'll look to the secretary then if necessary.
We got tons of energies.
But if I go on a hunt, I'll be so wild.
Wild, so.
Yeah. I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, so do I.
Am I that readable?
Well, yeah, of course.
At the moment, I'm probably transmitting like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you got any mice?
Not one.
Not a one?
We got 3 cats. How could we have any mice? There's not a mice in here that can survive 10 seconds.
Bummer.
Lots of. But how do you have them cats?
Shall I really give him up?
Sure.
Put him lying with his feet up there and hit down there? No, better not. Got any good questions for me?
Well, nothing I have written down. Because I've exhausted everything I had. But
Okay, off the top of your head.
let me double check real quick just to make sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, I've got one, but you can't answer them, I'm afraid.
What is it?
Well, I was going to ask you about why other alien races are messing around with our 12-strand DNA.
No, can't
I
answer it.
didn't think you could answer that.
No.
I don't think anybody could answer that. So.
I think it might be an answer, actually. In a true sort of way.
Well, what?
Yeah. Something about manipulation, I think.
Yeah, it must be just for our growth. I mean, if we're stunted in our growth, then that'll make it more blossoming later on. Like you cut back a rose bush. And then
Not
later,
necessarily. Not unless somebody's afraid of your potential as a species.
well, yeah, but our potential is what's our best part about us.
Yeah. But if you've got the potential to go out there and to be one of the most powerful races in the galaxy on your dimension, right? And somebody can perceive that that's the distinct possibility.
Which is probably a distinct possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But, let
Why
us
not?
have our way. Dang it. Stop us.
It's like those little itty bitty trees that Mark likes.
Bonsais.
Yeah.
Stunting the growth.
Mm-hmm. Clip their
Yeah.
roots.
But look how beautiful those are at the end of it, though.
Yes, but they're not they're not fully grown trees.
That's true. They never would become full trees.
Well, actually, they're fully grown miniature trees.
No way. Those trees are constantly growing.
Yes.
Unless you cut those trees down,
They die.
they'll grow too big until they die.
Exactly. But you keep them stunted. Well, keep them miniature. Mm-hmm.
So if they don't cut us, we'll overexpand our planet and croak.
Not necessarily. Because with more minds that you have on your planet, the quicker you can advance technologically because of two things. More minds to think, and it becomes necessary.
That's for sure.
So, what must you do?
Well, if you're the other groups, you keep those minds from trying to think.
That's right. So you prune out important parts, the leaders.
Where you control the masses.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We've got work going on with what we're doing here with you. And that's part of the important section of our history, our future.
You're one of those wild cards.
I like that place.
Yeah.
And that's why Ashtar and I were going into the future in the ambassadorial race. If more people learn to farsight, like masses of people learn to farsight, we've got a community there that can bond together over great distances. But right now, we've only got telecommunication.
Yeah, and you can do
And
meta concert farsighting.
Correct. And at that point, then we break out of that. But see, with the bonsai, it's kept in a small container to keep it stunted. And if it grows too much, it'll die in that small container.
That's right.
But if the root